All right, hey guys, this is Austin.
This is Mark, and welcome back to Life with Rojo.
Man, it's good to be back after a few days of winter weather this past week. I wasn't expecting snow again, but
No, dude, we had like fake winter or fake spring, and then we had winter come back.
Right.
And then even today when we were going to the gym, it didn't say anything about snowing, but it was snowing
No.
pretty good on the way there and afterward.
it snowed the whole drive down
Yeah.
to Chattanooga. I was like, I thought the snow was over because they wasn't calling for it, but
But you know a place that I don't feel like has to worry about snow whatsoever?
where's that?
Clanton, Alabama. And I feel like Clanton, Alabama may be the greatest place on earth. First off, they have this big store like called the Big Peach there. That's literally everything you've ever thought of in a store. And secondly, one of our Rojo family wrote in and they let us know that they still have the Shoney's Inn.
First of all, where's Clanton, Alabama?
I mean, we actually were on our way back from like Gulf Shores one time, and we saw the Big Peach place, and
Okay.
I mean, it is enormous. It's like double a Walmart. It feels like, and it has everything from like brisket to fudge to, it's like if Buc-ee's was going out of business, and it's in like the last 8 days when they're starting to sell the like fixtures as well. Because I mean, nothing's really new, fresh, or clean.
So it was like Southern Alabama-ish.
I mean, it's between Gulf Shores and here, so somewhere in that
somewhere in the whole
5-6
state
hour
of Alabama.
radius.
Okay, but Shoney's Inn.
Yeah, Shoney's Inn, and we talked about it on an episode or two ago. But with the Shoney's Inn, right now, current price as of today, I looked it up, $75. You get a night at the motel, not a hotel, motel.
Right.
Remember, motel, you open the door and there's the parking lot.
Right.
All right. So you get $75. You get a night at the motel plus food vouchers for all your guests.
So it has like the buffet, the restaurant attached to the
Yeah. So you get the lodging and food for $75.
Honestly, that's a steal.
Yeah.
First thing is I want to know what that motel room looks like on the inside. That thing hasn't been remodeled since the 80s.
I mean, I was telling you earlier, but Jeff Foxworthy, he put a post up this week, and it was pretty funny. It got me laughing. It says, you can't give away a used mattress, but people will pay $200 a night to sleep on one.
It's a valid point.
And
the mattresses have not been replaced in a long time.
No, but Shoney's Inn, I think the last time they replaced a mattress was when the first Shoney's you ever saw was closed for remodel.
Have you ever stayed at a Shoney's Inn?
When I was a kid, yeah, we hit the Shoney's Inn because 6 kids, you gotta get the Shoney's Inn and then get the free food, and it was like $25 a night back in the 80s.
I feel like that's like Myrtle Beach sounds like a town that'd have like a Shoney's Inn or two. You know what I mean? Pigeon Forge probably did at some point.
They probably still do. They're still popping with the Shoney's out there.
Gatlinburg has a Shoney's.
Yeah, I feel like when we talked about Shoney's coming back for my 2025 prediction, I think that Pigeon Forge is really going to be leading that charge.
It sounds like that's something they would do, but honestly, I would stay at the Shoney's Inn just to say I've stayed at it.
I mean, here's the thing. So one of my friends, he has this awesome motel that it's called the Groovy Nomad, fully remodeled, like it got a classic look. Each room has its own theme, and that's beautiful. But I gotta be honest, that's the only motel I'm staying in.
Right.
I like a hotel. Hose over Mo's.
That's the way to put
it. I'm not doing mini motels.
That's one thing for me. I'm not much of a snob on things, but I don't cheap out on hotel stays. Like, you need clean sheets.
Oh yeah.
I've stayed in hotels where I've walked in the bathroom and there's still like remnants in the toilet from the previous inhabitants. I'm like, no, we can't. We're not going to do this. There's like lint on the sheets. Like, where's that lint coming from? No.
How many of the Shoney's Inn motel rooms do you think, like, let's just say in this Clanton town, do you think some type of crime was committed in? And I'm not talking like drugs or, a sexual crime. I'm talking like stabbing.
How many rooms do they have?
Let's say 50.
Probably a solid 38 of those rooms have had a crime.
I mean, I'm kind of with you.
In one of those rooms.
I think there's been some stabbings, and I think if you pull the sheet back, there's going to be some stains.
I feel like if I was in like an Uber Eats driver and I got like an order for the Shawnee's Inn, I would probably decline.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just,
Like, you need to take somebody with you if you're doing that. You don't need
like
to go
3
alone.
people.
Yeah.
But honestly, I would stay. I would go and stay just to say I've done it. I say that, and then I walk in, and I probably would walk out and find like a Hampton Inn.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Or God forbid, a microtel.
Oh, I've done that. I've gone to a hotel, and I'm like, no, this ain't the one. And, like, I've gotten my money back and gone somewhere else.
I think the most amount of times I've switched a hotel room was like 3 times. And I think we were in Charlotte, like on a little family trip or something. And I was like, no, we can't stay. And I went downstairs, and they said, we're so sorry, we'll give you another room. Nope, was not up to par.
Yeah.
Like 3 times.
Once you get to room 3, though, like, are any of the rooms up to par?
It's a concern.
Yeah, like I feel like I wouldn't even be able to sleep comfortably.
I want to know what that Shawnee's buffet looks like now.
Yeah. It's gotta be, like, think about, like, Big Lots or, like, a Dollar General.
If Dollar General was a restaurant.
Yeah.
That would be Shawnee.
Yeah, I think so. Like, there's going to be some random places, or it's like Kmart, before they went out of business, when you couldn't tell if they were even open.
Right.
It's like half the lights are off and everything, and you're just like, are we doing business in here?
I'm telling you, though, you would hit Shawnee's at the right time on Sunday. After church, you could get the breakfast buffet, get some fake eggs and cheese.
Oh, yeah.
It was delicious. I don't know how many chemicals were in it, but it was great. But then they bring out the lunch, and you could get, like, roast beef.
Fried chicken. Yeah.
You could get eggs and cheese. I mean, it was great.
Oh, yeah.
For the same price. Like, God's good. Like, this is good.
Like, these younger people, man, they don't get how good these buffets were.
A buffet back in the 90s, early 2000s was it. Buffets are not the same. I don't know. Something's different.
Man, when I was like broke, like, I'd go to Ryan's $5, and, like, it took care of me,
The Ryan's rolls, so good.
Big yeast roll guy.
Oh, have you looked at me?
See, that's the
for most of my life.
That's the sucker move, though, because they try to get you on the yeast roll, so you're not eating the more expensive stuff.
I assure you, I ate enough of the most expensive.
You're the only one they lose money off yeast rolls for.
Let me tell you what my grandma used to do at Golden Corral, which is like the classier sister of Ryan's.
Yeah.
She would, get her like 3 steaks. She was a small woman, my mamaw, God bless her.
Pocketbook?
Oh, she'd wrap them up in napkins or bring her own paper towels, put them in her purse, and then take them home to feed to her dogs. I was like, man, Mom. And then she would still eat. She would eat the steak herself.
Right.
But she'd take like 3, and you could smell it because you got 3 hot steaks in her purse. And I'm like, I know they know what you're doing.
Does she have like a special steak purse, or is it the normal purse?
Oh, I think she just
put it in there next to the church bulletin and everything.
Yeah. She used to also carry her money instead of using like a wallet. She carried like a manila envelope full of cash.
Right.
Where it came from, I'm not sure, but she would just
you know
stick
what?
it in there.
Like, we're all taught not to carry cash. I bet you if anybody messed with Mamaw, she'd wear them out. Like she'd bring out some type of Bruce Lee ninja skills or something.
She kept a claw hammer underneath her driver's seat of her car.
That's a woman right there.
The definition.
Yeah.
She hated her cell phone, but she had one. But when she would go to town, she would put the cell phone in the trunk so she wouldn't have to hear it ring. If it rang, because she didn't want to answer the phone. I'm like, what's the point of having a cell phone, Mamaw, if you're going to put it in the trunk?
That's back in the day when the female gym teachers look like these teenage boys are trying to look now with the mullet and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah.
Let me tell you, she was a trendsetter before she knew she was a trendsetter.
Yeah. Man, so had a really interesting thing I just wanted to share before we get into our next topic, and it was pretty special for me. We went to the gym earlier this week. I think it was Tuesday.
Yeah.
And we're in the sauna. There's a lot of guys, man. We had a little bit of a sauna party. There's about 6 of us in there, I think.
It was a very tight.
And some guys are just standing and everything.
It was standing room only.
Yeah. But this one guy peeked his head in a couple times. And, never came. And I was like, all right. So what happens is I have to go to work right afterwards, but Austin, you work from home, so you're able to like shower at home. I have to shower at the gym. So usually when I go to the shower, you go to the sauna. Mm-hmm. And we did that like our normal thing. But when I looked back in there, that same man was in there while it was just you two, and he was stripped down to his underwear doing sweaty push-ups. Looked like he was trying to make eye contact with you, and he was pretty close to you. Like it was a pretty empty room, and I even looked, and his hand was about 3 inches from your leg.
I feel like that's an exaggeration, first of all. I walked in there and I was like, oh, I didn't know if I should walk out. Right. What was happening? Get there, I was like, I'm still going to sit up here. I stick to myself. I just look at the wall, look straight ahead, put my head down. But he was doing some push-ups, and I was like, yeah, and more power to you.
And we all go in there with like a t-shirt and shorts. This guy was in the skippies.
He was comfortable. I was like, well, I guess live life, buddy.
And about as uncomfortable as you looked when I started telling this story was how uncomfortable you looked in that moment, and I loved it. Like, I even walked up and waved at you while you two were enjoying your time.
I was concerned. I had walked down. I was like, do I need to... This is reserved? Is this like, like a... What's hot yoga?
Yeah.
Like, it's like a hot yoga class in here. But let me tell you, though, a sauna, though, man.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing better than sauna trip.
That's where it's at.
Yeah.
I can't imagine I guess the heat, kills any bacteria or disease.
I'm hoping.
But, yeah.
Because that's why, this weather's got me, I haven't been able to breathe for, 4 days now. Don't feel sick, but
right.
Maybe I am sick. I don't know. But I was hoping the sauna was, cleared up. But...
Well, the idea of a sauna is pretty gross. It's like, hey, find 5 of your best friends and get in a wooden box that's really hot so we can sweat together. If it's described like that.
Yeah. It's literally a box of heat.
Yeah, yeah.
But after a workout and before a workout, man, it makes a difference.
Oh, yeah. No, it feels good, man. Warms you up. One of my buddies, Pastor Matt, he was big at the sauna before the workout, and he got me hooked on it. So now that I'm getting older, man, it feels good to warm up these joints.
Just had a birthday, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
last week.
Man.
Yeah. 43.
Yeah.
Man.
But we started something big this past week.
Yeah.
And you started and then failed and started again a couple days later.
I got sick-ish.
Whatever you call it.
I didn't read 6 pages. Yeah, let me prep. So we're doing the 75 hard challenge. We talked about it. 2 workouts a day, 1 indoor, 1 outdoor, 45 minutes each. And then you read 10 pages a day. You also drink a gallon of water every day. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And so the one day I read maybe 5 pages or something. And you asked me. I wasn't even thinking about it because I didn't feel great. And you're like,
right.
Did you read your 10 pages? For 3 seconds, I was like, I could just lie and say, I read. I was like, nope. Sure enough, didn't read those pages. So we had to start again. But it was only day 2 or something like that. But we've been doing pretty good with it, man.
Yeah.
We've been doing pretty good.
It's been fun. I rucked a little bit today.
I did too.
And then did the workout with you this morning. And the water hadn't been a problem. Really, sometimes getting a second workout in is hard because it's super cold, so I do a lot of my workouts inside.
Right.
So I feel like that's been my biggest challenge so far. But we're only 5 days in.
Yeah.
Because of the restart.
Well, the snow didn't help either.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's cold, but I've made myself ruck. I just dress in layers, man, and get my rucksack on.
Right.
It feels good after you do it, though.
Yeah.
It sucks in the moment. I'm not gonna lie. Especially with the rain too. It rained one day.
Yeah.
So trying to find a break in the rain. I don't want to get soaked. But yeah, man, it's been good.
But yeah, in the gym, man, you're getting stronger.
You're killing it, man.
Yeah.
Same to you.
It's been fun.
I know you call yourself a gym person.
Oh.
Because you've been paid for it. I was like, I know a lot of people who've been paid for things.
I've also been doing it for 30 years. So
you are over middle age.
Yeah. Well, actually, I read something the other day that you're 35.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the new middle age.
Who wrote that? You?
No. I legit read that on something that you're the new middle age.
I look 28. In my mind, I look 28. Maybe I don't. I don't know.
I mean,
maybe the lights are dim.
No, you definitely look 35.
I sound 49.
Right.
Sound like I've been smoking a pack of Camels for 50 years.
I saw a guy at the gym today. When you were leaving, he was standing right next to me. Okay. I don't know if you noticed him, but he was on his phone. And when I heard him talking, I automatically thought to myself, and this is probably bad, I'm like stereotyping this guy.
Make sure should you say this?
Yeah, I think it's okay. I was like, his wife is going to be in her 50s, have a lot of really big blonde hair, and definitely have spent at least 20 years smoking. And he set the phone down, and there was a picture of her while they were talking, and I could hear the smoker's voice, and I glanced at the picture. It was the description that I thought. Like, I automatically knew that that's who this guy was married to.
Sometimes you just know.
Yeah.
You get a whiff, or you just get a glimpse of, like, this is their life.
Right. Well, I mean, when they're having an argument on speakerphone in a locker room with other people, like, you're already starting to get an idea what's going on there.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't catch that, but I usually stick to myself.
I
get in, get out, get home, but...
Right.
But it's been going good, man.
Yeah. What other things are you doing, like, to help with recovery? Because, I mean, you're doing 7 days a week of working out. That's a lot.
It is a lot. I think one of the biggest things, doing the gallon of water obviously helps.
Yeah.
Keeping hydrated, which I drink a lot of water anyways. I don't drink a lot of soda. I've given up sweet tea. So I just drink black coffee and water. But making sure I get a gallon, if not sometimes more, I think has helped a lot.
Yeah.
And honestly, the sauna time too, like before and after, helps. For Christmas, I got one of those massage guns.
Oh yeah, those are nice.
I'm about to use that because my quads are quadding today. Like,
right.
I feel like I can't move. I was walking up my steps before I came here. I'm like, oh, I feel it. Because I've been rucking pretty much every day.
Well, we got these recovery things that we had some like extra like use it or lose it FSA money at the end of the year.
Oh yeah.
And they're basically these compression leg things that you put on, and it goes tight, and there's heat to it, and it puts like really tight compression on the legs. Man, it feels so good. Where'd you get those? I mean, we got it from like FSA store, but you can get it from a lot of places.
There's like an FSA store.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what's that stand for? FSA.
Flexible spinning account, I think.
Is there an HSA store?
Yeah, it's same kind of thing.
Because I have an HSA.
Yeah, because it's from you can use the HSA or the FSA.
Because I forgot about an HSA account I had.
Yeah,
I've got a lot of money.
Well,
in my HSA account,
you can keep that.
But it doesn't expire.
Use it as an investment portfolio.
But I would get something like that. Yeah, I might need to do that, man.
No, I mean they're pricey. Like
I've got it.
Yeah,
right. 3 or 4 times over.
Right. Yeah, because I think they were.
Wait, what's pricey?
800 or 900.
Your pricey is different.
Yeah.
Oh, that's extremely pricey. Yeah. My pricey is like 75.
Right.
I don't want
it was like 800 or 900 for them. But
is there like an Amazon version?
I mean, there are some.
There probably is
lesser versions that are like $100.
I'm sure you got an extra pair somewhere in the attic.
I mean, I don't know about that.
I want yours. You probably can't share the. I don't want to share the.
Right, but another thing that I do for recovery that I've always done is you stretch too. By the way,
let me tell you something about stretching. I was not born to stretch.
No.
I have learned because I don't think I have hamstrings.
Mm-mm.
I don't know what I have, but when I say I can't stretch, my hamstrings are bad.
It's unbelievable how limited flexibility you have.
But I don't feel it. Like I'm able to move around great. I move around great. I can lift heavy.
But I see it. Like
I can't do a split like you. But I mean, when I've my basic
Angel's incredibly flexible too. My daughter, like, she can sit there and do the toe touch, the front split.
I can do toe touches. I can do a toe touch.
Well, I mean, you're talking about bending over, touching your toes. I'm talking about jumping up, feet going sideways.
Oh no, I'm talking about bending over.
I'm talking competition cheerleader.
No,
like I got that.
Oh, you do. I will say that is one thing. But like, no, my flexibility, man.
Yeah. But you gotta work at it, because one of my things at my age now is like I want to be able to play with like grandkids when I have them. So mobility and flexibility and stuff is more important to me than strength now.
Yeah.
But no, another big thing that I've always sworn by in the military, I really learned it, was the power nap, the 8-minute power nap.
You do love a power nap.
I do, man. Like there's so many times when I'm like, hey, doors closed, lights are off. It's nap time.
Do you still like lay on the floor?
Oh yeah, lay on the floor, feet elevated, getting that blood flow to the heart. But I read this today actually, and it's from a group called Mindset Therapy. It says daytime naps can make your brain younger. On average, the napper's brain is 2.6 years to 6.5 years younger. So it ages that much slower than somebody who doesn't nap.
Than taking but not taking like a 3-hour nap.
Right.
Like
just these short naps.
And just like one a day? Or like 3 or 4 times a week? Or just
one a day, but I think you got to find what works for you.
Right. That makes me think, you remember the time, I won't give out too much information, when we used to work together. Mm-hmm. And I remember you would tell people about like the little power naps.
Oh yeah,
and things like that. You told me about it.
I was very.
I think that was one of my assignments. One time, it's like, you go do a power nap.
Right.
I'm like, okay. So, maybe like lay on the floor and put my legs up.
Right.
But I remember one time there was, someone using your office because
my office didn't have a window, so I told people they could use it if they'd like.
Use it for anything, and you didn't know someone was in there. And I remember you opening the door and finding one of the staff members laying in the floor taking a nap.
They were just sleeping on my floor,
curled up.
Yeah.
But when you opened the door, they woke up and like were startled, and you just started walking out, and they were like reaching for you.
They were reaching for me, trying to crawl to me. It looked like a scene from like some scary movie.
That's what I imagine people at work taking these little power naps, and their boss walking in and be like, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry.
Well, before working with you, this is before we even met.
You probably hated life before you worked.
I did. I mean, we've worked together and known each other so long.
Too long, yeah.
It's been like 10 years or something.
Has it been that long?
I think so.
Yeah, we haven't worked together for 10 years.
No, you had that little break in the middle.
Yeah, because I left and worked for like another nonprofit for a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, good 8 years at least working.
Yeah. And but before that, I was working at another place, and I can be a quiet walker, right? So I kind of walked around some cubicles, and there was a new employee, and every time I walked by, I'd be like, "Hey, do you need anything? Can I help you with it?" And she'd just get scared. She'd like jump and like, like just really spooked. And I was like, "Oh man, I'm not meaning to do this." I was like, so I started announcing myself like 10 feet away, so it didn't scare her, but she still jumped. And I was like, "Oh my goodness." And she like talked to me a little bit about me being in the Army and everything. So I'm sitting here just working at my cubicle, and I just hear this noise, and I'm like, what is going on? It sounds like something's being drug on the floor. And she is bear crawling and going to pretend to throw a grenade at me while I'm working at my desk.
Is this the same employee?
No, but very similar.
Like
a lot of similarities, right? But she's bear crawling, and she's about to throw a fake grenade at me.
What's it? Out of paper?
Yeah. And so I stood up when I heard it, and she laid flat, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm in the woods." And, I was like, who hired this person?
Did you hire them?
I did not. But, sometimes, like, I've been in situations and I've asked that question. Who hired this person?
I have also been like, what was happening in the moment? Sometimes people, though, interview really, really well, and then you offer a position, and then it's like, I may have missed that. Yeah. But then on the other side, you're like, I don't know about this person, but I'm going to give them a chance. And they're like the best employee.
Right.
Sometimes you just never know. It's like a luck of the draw.
It's tough because, somebody can present themselves in a completely different way.
Right.
At that interview and everything. Like, there was one that one of our friends that we worked with had hired, but they did their entire interview in a British accent, but they found out their first day of work they weren't British. and they were just acting because they felt more confident in an interview with a British accent.
I remember one time I was doing an interview. This was a long time ago, not where I'm currently at, and it was a virtual interview though. And this person, I'm pretty sure it was a Chinese buffet that they were at because I recognized the restaurant. And I get, gotta be creative sometimes.
Right.
Like there's times you might have to, if it's a virtual interview, you may have to be in your car. I get that because
right,
especially if you're on your lunch break or trying within reason, but. This person was in that, because I knew the restaurant. It was a Chinese buffet, and I'm like, I know where you're at. Like, I was just there 3 weeks ago.
And real quick, go back to the moment, though.
Right.
Were you upset that they were doing an interview from a Chinese restaurant, or were you upset you weren't invited?
I slightly respected it.
Okay.
But on the other side, it was like, I think I even mentioned, like, is this still a good time to talk? Because we're going to talk about some things. Like, oh, yeah, this is great. Yeah, this is great. So I think they were on their lunch break.
Right.
But I was like, well, and we did it. I was like, well, we'll just move forward. We're here.
Right.
But yeah, man, it's interesting times. But
yeah.
On those, but getting back to the dieting.
Right. Yeah, so
segue,
so you have to kind of have a diet with the 75 hard.
Yeah.
So what diet are you kind of walking with right now?
Honestly, big on protein intake. I know that's kind of like, I don't want to say a fad or a trend, but you hear a lot more now about protein intake, get your protein intake in. So I'm definitely doing that. Minimal carbs. Most of my carbs are coming from veggies and fruits and things like that. A lot of berries. Not a lot of dairy. Every once in a while I might eat some like feta cheese or something. It's kind of rare. No breads, no pastas, but just a lot of good proteins.
Yeah.
Some veggies and fruit. Pretty much it, man. Doing some intermittent fasting, going from usually 11 to 7. It's kind of like my window. That works pretty good for me, man.
And I think with the way you're eating, intermittent fasting works good. The thing that doesn't work good, have you ever seen somebody intermittent fasting and doing keto?
No, but I can imagine.
It seriously looks like you want to give them a quarter a day or something to be fed. Because it looks like they are not eating anything.
Really?
That there'd be a commercial to help them out or something.
Like they're losing too much weight?
Yeah. But they don't even look like a healthy weight loss. It's like skeletal.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Why is that though? With the intermittent fasting piece, like just a
I don't know. I think they're just keeping the calories down. They're not eating enough calories, and then the things they are doing is just protein and fat. So
yeah, that's one thing I was thinking actually about the other day. It's like, am I eating enough veggies and fruit? I think I am overall.
Well, I mean, if you look at your whole calories, like for instance, a pound of ground beef is going to be somewhere 100 grams of protein. And then, but then you look at the calories on that, and that's going to be somewhere 1,200, 1,400 calories. So if you do that, a protein shake and, a few other things, you could get close to that 2,000 calorie mark.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
but there's just a lot of, always been a lot of, fads and trends with dieting and things like that,
You know who doesn't diet?
Who's that?
My sons. I texted you yesterday.
You did.
But they were so mad because, we had a snow day, so we were out of school. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to give them some pizza rolls. They really like pizza rolls.
Right.
And I was like, hey, we're going to do 20 each. And there were 4 kids there, so it's like, hey, everybody gets 20. And feeling pretty good about that. Feeling like, pretty generous. Mm-hmm. And they're like, no, Dad, we each get a whole bag, which is 40. And I was like, dude, 40.
They want a whole
bag
I was like,
of pizza 40 is like 1,700 calories. Like, then
it's not like 17,000.
Yeah, but I was like, dude, then you're almost done eating the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And then I gave them the 20, and I was like, supplement it. So then one of them gets like ribs and like edamame from the night before and stuff. Then the other one's like, Dad, I'm just too hungry. He's like, can I get a couple more? And I'm like, all right, dude, go ahead. And he eats a whole nother 40. So he ends up having 60.
That was Isaac.
That's Coy.
Coy ate 60 pizza rolls.
Yeah, and was still hungry. He went and made a milkshake after that. Like, ended up getting all kind of chocolate and all kind of different things. He made a milkshake with his friend.
Did he feel sick afterward?
No, he was great.
60 pizza rolls seems like a lot.
But I mean, I've seen him eat like an entire pizza and be fine. And be able to go play basketball.
I'm not going to lie. I have eaten an entire pizza before.
I mean, I have in the past, but I wasn't feeling like playing basketball or soccer or something right
down
after.
For the count, like, yep, I'm going to sit on the couch watching TV.
But no, I mean, the amount of food that my kids can consume, like
When you told me they eat like at least a pound of pasta each.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of pasta, right? Like, that's a lot.
Well, last night...
At least a box and a half, depending on what type of pasta you're eating.
Last night for dinner, they had all already eaten by like 4:30. So at like 5:30, I made, green beans and, put some like turkey pepperoni and beef bacon in it and everything. And then I think I made 4 pounds of pasta. And they ate it all.
So much pasta.
Yeah.
That's just... But I guess honestly, when I was younger, I ate a lot like that.
Right.
And I was very active. I was playing sports. I was outside doing something, or 4-wheelers, things like that. And they're young.
Yeah.
But I look back on it now, like I couldn't eat 60 pizza rolls and function, I feel like.
Right. But the crazy thing is they're all in great shape. They all work out.
Yeah,
they all like...
Because they're very active. Yeah. I will say that. And work out or play sports or... Mm-hmm. You have a farm, so they're doing a lot of stuff.
There's all kind of different things.
I think that's the key, is like just living an active lifestyle. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the gym.
Yeah.
But taking walks and doing stuff outside and
that's
doing stuff around the house.
Like find ways to be active.
Just move. You gotta move.
Just move.
Yeah.
So we had a special thing go out on Instagram and Facebook.
We did.
And what that was an opportunity. As you guys noticed, we got the new Rojo hats, the Rojo shirts.
Right.
Pretty pumped about these. And one lucky contestant was drawn today by our buddy Franklin.
I'm about to say Franklin.
Yeah, little Franklin did the drawing today for a free hat.
Yeah.
And, we're going to send this out, but...
I think we're going to post a video of Franklin doing the drawing, right? Like on
we'll definitely
YouTube
post
or Facebook. Probably all socials. But
right. Oh, but Franklin got on to us.
He probably did.
Because he turned 6. And we said he's 5, and he had to set us straight.
When was his birthday? Was it recently, or we just don't know how to count?
Yeah, I think it's been a little while, but Franklin... Happy 6th birthday, buddy.
Yeah, man. Happy birthday.
But no, so, we've got a very special person that won the drawing. You'll see on Instagram and Facebook and everything, Franklin drawing this.
Right.
But I want you to talk a little bit about the person first and just some things that you know about her and what makes her special.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know a lot about her.
Oh, you do. Come on, just go ahead and share. Just share anything random about her that you think.
She lives in Georgia.
Yeah.
Is a lady.
Yeah.
And she lives in Georgia.
Just give a couple things. Just give 3 things that you just assume.
I assume she likes Target, a pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah. I feel like you're pretty good.
And maybe, it's controversial, Crocs on just like a quick run to the garage or something like that.
Not sure about that one, but if that's true, I'm not proud of that.
No judgment. I have Crocs. But the winner, and we have...
Can we get a drum roll?
But she's been on the show before, or been, we've just talked about her on the show, but it's Mrs. Donnie Williamson.
Miss Donnie Williamson.
In Georgia. She won a Rojo hat. I don't think, maybe one of these that we...
Yeah, we'll be sending Miss Donnie Williamson a Rojo hat, so...
Be on the lookout. You can wear it to the Shawnee's Buffet when you go.
Right? You'll need to send us your address at rojochat2023@gmail.com.
Please, yeah. We'll get that to you. But yeah, I'm glad Franklin could help us out with that too.
Yeah, Franklin, that dude's a man.
He is. And he's 6 now.
Yeah.
A lot has changed in a week.
Like, that transition from 5 to 6 is wild.
My nephew is 6.
Mm-hmm.
And he is a wild child.
Yeah.
At 5, I thought he was like a little kid. At 6, he's like, oh, you're a big little kid. Like,
right.
Personality changes, man, and like knows everything. And
they get smart
when it comes to technology.
Yeah.
Like, he has his tablet. You know what he asks? He's asking for his birthday. His birthday's this summer.
Oh.
He wants an iPhone. And my brother's like, "You're not getting an iPhone."
Yeah.
Like, why do you want? You're not getting it. But he wants
6-year-olds.
He is asking for an iPhone when he turns 7.
That's crazy. I mean, he's grown up, but I don't think we're ready for an iPhone yet.
No. My first phone was a track phone in middle school.
Well, see, my kids didn't get phones until they could pay for them themselves. And I think my daughter Angel was the only one that got one. She got some cheap little thing that...
Like a Nokia or a track
something
phone
like
or something. Yeah.
And, but, you know, they all have to pay their phone bill and buy their phone. So
Yeah, wow.
So usually when they're about 14, they get their first job outside the house. We have this thing where they work at Food City, and they got to work there a year.
Yeah.
And that's usually when they pay for their own phone.
Yeah. That's all. I don't think it's a bad rule.
So
you know, makes you appreciate it. But yeah, he wants an iPhone. He's like, his name's Lachlan. Like, Lachlan, you're not getting an iPhone when you turn 7.
Like Lachlan, man, that's a power name though.
Oh, he's a
like I feel like
powerful kid.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna do something with that.
Oh,
you can't have that name Lachlan and like.
I've never met a kid destroy a house as fast as he can. That man's like a tornado.
Maybe he'll get into some like home remodel or something. And
he needs to
get a reality show.
He is a reality show at this point. Him and his sister is Harper.
Right.
She's 3, and she's brilliant. I say she's gonna like take care of us all because she'll be like a doctor or a politician, something. She's just so smart. I'm like, okay, that's my investment.
Yeah.
That's going to be my retirement plan is Harper. She gets older.
Right.
But yeah, they're good kids.
Yeah, one of the books that, like the book that I'm reading right now, just started it yesterday, but it's from the guy that wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And it's talking about business and income and the different ways to make income and the different ways to transition into different parts and have multifaceted sources of income. And he talks about that because his dad was a college professor, but he was broke because that was like his only source of income. So he allowed his expenditures to always kind of match his salary, where his other dad, which was his rich dad, you know, never had any formal education or anything like that, but he had multiple businesses that he had other people manage. So then, you know, he didn't even have to be there and be making money and became incredibly wealthy.
Nice.
So that's a good book. I'll let you read it when I'm done because it's pretty short. I think you could handle it.
It's got big letters, big font.
I don't think so, but it doesn't have pictures either.
I don't like books with little letters.
When you get to pictures in your book, do you count that as a page?
I would. I haven't been reading a book with pictures, but you know, unless I'm reading the wrong book. Apparently, I'm reading the wrong book.
Oh, what's your favorite vegetable?
Oh, that's okay. ADHD moment. I would probably say, I like a good green bean.
I like a good green bean.
I like a good green bean.
Give me a couple others that you really like. Green ones.
Green ones?
Yeah.
Green beans.
Okay.
The next one, I don't eat it very often, but like cooked cabbage.
Okay.
I like some cabbage. Isn't it weird? Like, I used to hate cabbage.
It's kind of white.
It has a greenish tint.
Just on the shell.
Well, maybe. But we're counting it. And green, I don't know, I'd probably say either broccoli or spinach.
Broccoli.
Probably broccoli.
Okay.
I'd probably go broccoli.
So have you heard about what's going on with Walmart's broccoli?
I have not.
I read a post today that the FDA escalated their broccoli recall to the highest threat level. And that is risk of death to some of the broccoli that's being recalled by them. And all I could think about with that is like, you go to heaven and you're telling how you got there.
And you make it.
You know, like what your story was. And it's like, oh, I saved a kid from a house fire. I was in war. I, you know, had a terrible car accident. Yeah. I ate Walmart broccoli.
What type? Is this fresh broccoli?
I don't
frozen
know.
Broccoli?
I don't know.
Because, don't judge me. I have recently bought a bag of frozen broccoli from Walmart.
But
might be going in the trash.
What if that's the way you go, man?
I hope not.
Like
I won't be taken out by like bad broccoli.
You want it to be a little more heroic than broccoli.
Something.
So
at least a Brussels sprout.
Right.
If I'm gonna go out with a veggie, it needs to be like potato.
Yeah.
Brussels sprout.
Like I couldn't imagine
cabbage, not broccoli.
I'd be so embarrassed to tell God that's what took me.
Well, he's gonna know.
I know, but he's still gonna want to talk.
Gonna be like, yeah, the broccoli took you, buddy.
He's still gonna want to talk, and I'm not gonna want to admit to that.
Like, just don't look at me. Just let me walk. Can
I
just go in?
Next.
I'm good. I have no words.
Man, that'd be so hard.
That would be bad.
Like your kids are talking about you, and they're like, "Well, Dad was a really good guy until that broccoli."
Steamed broccoli gone. I do need to know what type of broccoli.
Yeah, I don't know. You look that up, man.
I'm a little concerned.
But there were a lot of recalls lately. Like
there have been a lot of recalls. I feel like.
People are recalling everything.
And the whole like egg shortage. You know, I love eggs, and now eggs are like $5-6 for a dozen. Like that's a lot of money.
I feel like a lot of that stuff's on purpose because like
maybe.
Everybody know that has chickens. They're doing just fine. Their chickens aren't doing anything crazy, getting some bird flu or nothing.
That's what I'm wondering. I'm like, what's happening with the egg
give them Benadryl every night. Like, what are we doing?
Right. I might take one myself.
Yeah. Well, when it's cold, most chickens don't lay as much anyway.
Right. Right.
If you're still to this day, and I understand if there's financial constraints, but if there's not financial constraints and you're still buying the cheapest eggs at the supermarket, like, you're not doing yourself or your family a favor. Like, there's so much junk in those things.
Sure.
That you know, you don't want that in your body.
Yeah. I'm sure.
But you know what people want on their body that's just weird for me right now?
A mullet.
Mullets.
A mullet. A good segue.
Yeah, dude. I don't get the mullet, man.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like the mullet look. I don't know. We talked about, trends a little bit already, like trends with like dieting and things like that. But the mullet, it's pretty been like a long trend that's still here, and there's like variations.
Like it's been over a year.
I would say longer than that.
Okay,
but
2 years.
Maybe 2 years. But there's like variations of it. There's like curly hair mullets, short hair mullets, like gradual fade mullets. Like
doesn't the curly or short have to do with their hair's curly?
No, you can curl.
Oh, they're permanent?
I think some people are. I think some people you could.
Like boys?
Yeah. I don't know if they call it perming it, but like you can get like curly hair. Or they just wash it and put certain like product in it that makes it curly. You don't have to like get it permed.
I guess some people have natural curly hair. I always thought that was a cool look.
My mom, talking about perms, she used to get perms back in the day. Have you ever smelled the aftermath of a perm?
It's tough.
It is a smell you do not forget. You walk in the house and it's like an aroma that just clings to everything.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Mom, just
it's like cooking bacon, where it stays on your clothes and everything.
With you. A perm is the same way.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, the mullet.
A perm is the bacon
of hairdos.
Honestly,
I don't know what that means, but at the same time, it makes sense. Right. Like, you got a mullet, you like some bacon.
Yeah. Oh.
You're eating bacon 4 times a week.
I don't think there's
your cholesterol is probably through the roof.
Yeah. I don't think there's anybody that's ever had a mullet that didn't do a lot of bacon.
I think the requirement for a mullet is high cholesterol.
Yeah.
Like, you have to have high blood pressure and
I agree.
cholesterol.
I mean, it all goes hand in hand. And even if they're, like, I know mullet people that don't even eat pork. But they're like, I got to find bacon somehow. We're going beef or turkey.
Beef, bacon.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah, you have to eat bacon if you're wearing a mullet.
Oh, my son-in-law, so I get beef bacon from this place called Porter Road out in Nashville.
You told me about that.
And they'll deliver it.
You told me you were going to order me something. You never did.
But, he gets some every time I order it. And he rocks the mullet.
Of course he does.
This guy will eat some beef bacon like it's nobody's business. And I'm proud of him for that. I love that about him.
Listen, you also, like, you have a mullet. You're going to a Shoney's. At some point in your life, you ate at Shoney's buffet.
You've definitely buffeted. I mean, my son-in-law's like 28, so like they didn't have Shoney's during his lifetime. I don't think in any regularity.
At 28, I feel like there were in the South. There's a Shoney's in Gatlinburg. There's Shoney's
at 28 though. Are you still 12? in Shoney's? You know how like everybody's dad is like you're like 17. You drove there yourself. He's 12. Like, he's got a beard and everything.
He's 7 foot tall. He's like, he's 11.
I'm gonna take my son-in-law to Shoney's and be like, he's 12.
He's 12. Yeah, they would not believe that. But man, let me tell you, the mullet though, it's coming back.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to try to rock it at the same time. I don't.
Dude, I
almost would. I have tempted to try.
I'm glad you haven't though.
I'm not against it.
Like you got a wholesome look, man. Like,
but a mullet would just push it over the edge. I kind of did get like not a mullet haircut, but I got a haircut recently, like a week ago, and it's kind of like not a mullet, but like the fade they did. You know, you should get a fade. It's different, where it's like this is not a good representation.
Oh,
like,
yeah, I see
the back?
that.
Do you see the back?
You got them wrinkles like a
bulldog. Well, we're wearing a hat. But I tried it. I was like,
yeah, I see that. I see what you're doing there.
I may try to grow out the top a little bit, but just to try it.
Dude, I ain't got enough I'm working with up top to consider it.
You shouldn't try it. We're just trying to grow a beard for you.
Right. Mine would be like bald and then just...
Maybe you should try it. Maybe we should both do mullets.
I'm good. Dude, I don't have enough up top I'm working with.
You got enough.
Oh, man.
There's product. We'll curl it.
I want a perm.
Mark wants a perm. Listen, if you're getting a perm, you're also eating at Shawnee's and eating bacon. Like, that is...
I think the perm is more for that guy that really cares about his style. Like, is really into clothes.
What men were getting perms?
I'm talking like Express.
Yeah, but I don't think...
Back in the day.
Oh, I don't remember.
The clothing thing. It used to be Calvin Klein. I think it turned to Express. Like, I think they're getting perms.
Men?
Yeah.
I didn't know men got perms.
I thought we literally talked about
not necessarily
like
perm, but they just... I don't think they call it. It's just like curling their hair. So 15, 14 to 15.
We're back.
Yeah. Oh. We're back? Okay.
Yeah, he wanted to cut apart because he didn't like what I said. And I don't know if it was bad, but we'll cut it.
You gotta be careful these days, Mark.
So what other clothing trends are you?
You know, man, like these wide leg jeans. Have you seen that? Like for a long time, it was like the slimmer cut jeans.
Yeah.
Now, like the '90s style, like wide leg looking jeans are coming back in style. And I don't know if you watched, like going back to the Super Bowl, Kendrick Lamar. He was wearing like some bell bottom looking jeans out there. I was like, whoa. We're going way back.
You know what? I will take that any day over the like youth pastor or pastor look wearing skinny jeans. Like I was not a fan of that look, and
I'm not a fan of skinny jeans.
And a lot of times there's a lot of, and not all of them. Some of y'all are in fantastic shape, but there's a lot of like youth pastors and pastors that weren't skinny, wearing skinny jeans.
Yeah, you can't be wearing.
And that was tough. Like wear the slim cut or whatever, you know. But
right.
Don't wear
straight cut jeans. Don't wear skinny jeans.
Mm-mm.
I could even fit in skinny jeans if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Like, my legs are too big.
Right.
Like they're not going to fit.
That's a tough look.
Yeah, man.
So let's go with these wide legs. Yeah.
I'm for it. I kind of like it. It's like the '90s looks
coming
fit
back. Snacks in there or something like whatever you got to do.
Like some cargo pants.
Yeah.
Man, you could.
Pockets, man.
Pockets for days.
Like people hate on cargo, but like there's some pockets.
There's some good pockets.
I don't know if it's just I'm getting older and I'm like starting to feel like, you know, more practical with things, but
honestly, I see the perk of having multiple pockets.
So my wife, you know, and this isn't anything bad, but we'll be like cuddling before bed or something, and then I'll just wrap my arm around her to hug her, and then I'll realize she has a pocket, and I'll just keep my hand there because it's like a perfect spot. You know, I'm like, you got a pocket, yeah, and that hand stays so warm.
Especially like wearing sweatpants or something.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. No, girls, man, they love some pockets. Like, because all our stuff has pockets.
Right.
But they'll get so excited about a pocket.
Right. Listen, I like a pocket.
Yeah, but we're
fan.
spoiled, man. We have pockets on everything.
I guess I never thought about it, but yeah we do have. Our jeans always have 4 or 5 pockets on them usually.
I wear sometimes those workout shorts that have the built-in like boxers, and they even have pockets on the boxer part.
Yep, for your phone and stuff. It's actually pretty great.
Yeah, we're pocket spoiled.
I do like a pocket. But
you know, Give me one thing you'd love to see come back.
Ooh, I don't know, man. Pretty happy with the mullet.
Right.
Looking. Are you talking about like fashion or like?
Yeah, let's go fashion.
Oh, fashion. I don't know. So these, I don't know what these shoes are called, and they're already coming back. But like the Birkenstock looking like clog slip-on shoes.
Yeah.
I remember wearing those in like middle school, and thinking they were the coolest shoes because they were so comfortable.
Right.
And we talked about this a while back, where shoes you don't have to like tie the laces.
Yeah.
But like, I'm glad they're making a comeback. Like I thought about getting a pair of them. Like,
right.
Just to wear for like nostalgia.
I feel like the Doc Martens trying to make a comeback.
They are. I think so.
And then, they're before your time, but I was a big fan of Criss Cross as a kid. And they wore all their clothes backwards. It was like two young kids that did some hip hop.
I don't even know what that is.
Criss Cross make it jump. You can look that up, man. Okay. They wear their clothes backwards, and I wasn't mad at it. Well, I'm getting tired, man.
You know what you could use? Probably a cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee? Man, that's a great idea. But where would I get a cup of coffee?
Well, where else would you get coffee? White Oak Mountain Coffee.
Man, the only place to get coffee. We love our friends over at White Oak. And, they provide, honestly, the best coffee.
They do.
It's like incredible quality, and it tastes great. And honestly, before them, I wasn't really a believer on the coffee thing, but I've joined the party.
I was already a believer, but they do have really good coffee.
Yeah.
You can always look them up at whiteoakmountaincoffee.com. See where their coffee bar truck is going to be located in the Chattanooga area, and give the Rojo10 code to get that discount, 10% discount off the coffee. But yeah, man, I could use a cup of coffee actually right now.
Yeah, I really could too.
It's also almost 7 o'clock, so I probably shouldn't drink a cup of coffee. I'd probably be up till 2 a.m., man. But
I just wanted to share one story real quick as we're closing out. And I went to a Little Caesars. It was the day before we started this 75 Hard, and I was like, you know what? I want pizza to be my last meal. I like pizza, and we don't have really great pizza establishments here, so I had to go Little Caesars before the 75 Hard. And something about living in a small town when Little Caesars is like one of your main pizza places, man, you know what you're getting. You know what you're getting into. There's not going to be any surprises. So I pull up to Little Caesars, and there's 4 of the plastic, like, patio lawn chairs just sitting out front. 4 women out there, all of them smoking.
Loving
and just talking, man, having like a prayer meeting or something. I don't know what they were doing.
Perms and all.
Right, probably not prayer meeting, but they were out there.
Little Caesar sounds like something a small town would do.
They were out there in front smoking, and I walked up, and the lady handed the cigarette to her friend because she didn't want to waste the bud or whatever it's called, and she walked in and served me. And had some pre-made cheese pizzas and some of that Italian cheese bread, which I think is their best thing they offer.
Their cheese bread is the best thing they offer.
And
100%.
It wasn't great, but I didn't expect it to be great because there were 4 people sitting on the front porch.
Just chilling.
And in the plastic lawn chairs, I didn't even know they made anymore. Just chilling and smoking.
They probably have been there since the 90s.
Yeah.
That's a perk of like living in a small town, man. Like, I don't know, just little things like that. You forget, like, you appreciate it after living in a bigger city.
Right.
You come back to visit, like, I don't mind seeing Martha out there smoking a cigarette, serving me pizza. Like, I could do that.
Right. But Rojo fam, we got a little bit shorter one for you today. Just kind of getting back to this location, and we really enjoy this spot. So look forward to some future episodes coming from this spot. And man, we love you guys, and we appreciate you. Where can they find us?
Hey, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and now I believe YouTube. It's a new thing. Look Life with Rojo. Find us on all those social media platforms. Message us, listen to us, share, post, write us comments, things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see you next week.
And congratulations again, Miss Donnie Williamson.
Bye, y'all.